I am the librarian at San Leandro High School and San Leandro High School District, and I'm also the technology coordinator for the high school. There are about 135 teachers with about, on both campuses, 2,600 kids. So it's a pretty large school. My ETP is designed to teach teachers to write lessons that are integrated so that they design lessons across departmental lines. Integrated instruction is important because it's what the world looks like. When we go out into the world, we don't do things that are just solely mathematical, or we don't do things that are just solely based in language arts. We do things in our jobs that have a lot to do with science, technology, engineering, art, and math, STEAM education. So we do our students a disservice if we don't in some way give them these skills that they're going to need. And I really saw this last summer at Autodesk. My job this last summer was the dream job for a librarian. I was asked to do research, online research for the technological trends in secondary education in 10 countries. It was extremely exciting for me to learn about all of these different technologies that are going on in the world. My ETP will be presented today by Ari Dolid, who is the head of the English department and an ISME alum, and myself. And we will be presenting it to the leadership team, which in our school is comprised of all of the department chairs. And it also includes the administration and the head of the counseling center. So these are the movers and shakers of the school. These are the people who, when you want to affect change in the school, this is where you start. I'm going to discuss a little bit with the leadership team why is integrated teaching important, and then it's going to go into the lesson itself where the teachers are going to sit in a circle. They're each going to have a different color ink or pencil in this case. They're going to write a lesson plan in their color, and then they're going to shift to the left, and they are going to get somebody else's lesson plan and add to that lesson in their color ink, and then they're going to shift to the left until at the end of the lesson, the teacher is sitting with their original lesson and a lot of additions from different departments on how they can implement this lesson.
My lesson was about mood and determining mood based on the language in a text. And there's a T-chart that they filled out to write down a line that stood out to them, and then the particular words that created a particular mood. And then Andy added that they should practice turning the mood 180 degrees. So bringing in sort of a mathematical concept and it's a very visual concept. When you think about turning it 180 degrees, thinking about words that have the opposite connotation from the words that were provided by the author. A really cool idea. And I could see, a review of, okay, well, what does 180 degrees mean? And, what does that mean in math? And then what does that mean for the words that we choose?
I had math. It was one of those story problems that involved geometry. But I really was able to quickly visualize 3D objects that could be made very quickly with cardboard and scissors and tape so that they could actually represent the story problem, move things around.
I got some feedback from the art instructor, Audrey, who said basically to have lots of visual aids. The lesson I had was very basic, just having the kids check some oil levels and things, but she suggested to actually have some visual aids for them to do it.
I think the reflection at the end was the best part. I really got a kick out of seeing what someone added to my lesson. And I know that everyone got a kick out of that because, this was a lesson that they reached back in their mind to get and to put down. And it's something that they spent a lot of time preparing probably. And so then to see how someone else would approach it was really interesting. And then to hear that, you know, teachers were saying, well, I would really need to talk to this person. I would really need to get more expertise. So it was as much of helping the students as helping themselves develop as educators. You know, so that was a really neat thing to hear, you know, the leaders on this campus say.
I thought this was great. I would really like to see this continued by collaborating with different departments. I think it's super valuable. I really do believe that all subjects relate to art in one way or another. So I wanted to write on everybody's paper.
I took all the handouts from this, which I intend to take to one of my department meetings, because the Career Technical Education Department, we all teach a different subject. And I think sometimes people feel that it divides us, but on the other hand, in many cases, I think we do a lot of the same things. So I thought maybe we'd take it back to the department and we'd kind of run through a similar lesson and see what comes of it. It was good to see that everybody in the group was enthused about it. And I think also if the students realize that things they've seen in one class pop up in another one, it enables them to make a connection, and also I think sometimes they feel more comfortable.
Everybody was on task. Everybody seemed very, that they were trying really hard. It was very sweet. I was very proud of them today. I was proud of our leadership team.